gave himself a name, a symbol, and a number, and he kept raising it. He called himself the Zodiac. He chose his victims carefully. Couples, young, isolated, in places where no one would hear them scream. He didn't just kill them, he wrote about it. He sent letters to newspapers, boasting about what he had done. He sent coded ciphers that he claimed contained his identity. He taunted police. He threatened schools. He demanded his letters be printed on the front page, or he would kill again. 5 people confirmed dead. 2 survivors. Over 20 letters. 4 ciphers, 2 of which have never been solved. And 1 name, hidden in 13 characters, that no one has decoded in over 50 years. The Zodiac Killer was never caught. This is his story. December 20th, 1968. A dirt road outside Berryessa, California. Dark, remote. The kind of place teenagers go when they want to be left alone. David Faraday was 17 years old. Betty Lou Jensen was 16. It was their first date. A passing motorist found them just before midnight. David was slumped against the car, shot once in the head, point blank. Betty Lou was 20 feet away in the dirt, shot 5 times in the back. She had tried to run. She didn't make it 20 feet. Police found no motive, no suspect, no witnesses. Just 2 teenagers on a first date who would never go home. 6 months passed. Then he struck again. July 4, 1969. A parking lot in Vallejo. Darlene Ferrin, 22, and Mike Mageau, 19. Shot without warning. Darlene died at the scene. Mike survived, with bullets still in his body, and gave police the first physical description of the killer. Within 1 hour of the attack, a man called the Vallejo Police Department. He gave them the location. He named the weapon. He claimed both murders. Then the line went dead. The Zodiac had just introduced himself. 1 month later, 3 Bay Area newspapers each received a letter. Same handwriting on each, no return address. And inside each envelope, 1/3 of an encoded cipher. The message was simple. Print the ciphers on the front page, or I will go on a kill rampage. The papers printed them. Days later, a second letter arrived. This one began with words that would haunt investigators for decades. This is the Zodiac speaking. He named himself, described the murders in details only the killer could know, and drew his symbol for the first time. A circle with a cross through it. A gun sight. His signature. 8 days later, a schoolteacher and his wife cracked the 408-character cipher. Inside, the Zodiac had written, "I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest, because man is the most dangerous animal of all." He said his victims would become his slaves in the afterlife. The letters kept coming, 23 in total. Some contained pieces of clothing torn from his victims. One contained a bloody swatch of a cab driver's shirt, proof of what he had done, a trophy he was sharing. He wasn't hiding. He was enjoying every moment of this. September 27, 1969, Lake Berryessa. A warm afternoon. A young couple, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, were lying on a blanket by the water. A man walked out of the trees toward them. He was wearing a hood, black, homemade, with crossed slits cut out for his eyes. On his chest, sewn by hand, the Zodiac's circle cross symbol. He told them he was an escaped convict. He needed their car. He needed money. He had them tie each other up. Then he pulled out a knife. He stabbed Brian 6 times, Cecilia 12 times. Brian survived. Cecilia died in hospital 2 days later. Before he left, the Zodiac walked to their car, and on the door, he wrote in black marker the dates of his previous attacks, the number of victims, and today's date. He was keeping score. 2 weeks later, October 11, 1969, a cab driver named Paul Stein picked up a passenger in San Francisco. Paul was 29, a PhD candidate who drove cabs to pay for school. The passenger shot him in the back of the head, cut a piece from his shirt, wiped down the cab with it, and calmly walked away into the dark streets of Presidio Heights. 3 witnesses watched him leave from a window above. They called the police. Officers were in the area within minutes. They passed him on the street. They had been told to look for a black suspect. The Zodiac was white. He walked past them and vanished. What followed was one of the largest manhunts in California history. Over 2,500 suspects investigated, thousands of tips, multiple task forces, decades of work, and still nothing. 3 names became the focus of investigators, each one chilling, each one ultimately unconvicted. Arthur Lee Allen, a schoolteacher from Vallejo. He was the only suspect ever publicly named by police. Friends said he had called himself the Zodiac before the murders began. He owned a Zodiac brand watch, the same brand that bore the circle cross symbol. He had told people, in exact words, that he wanted to hunt human beings. His property was searched. His blood was taken. His DNA was tested. No match. He died in 1992. The case stayed open. Lawrence Kane, a man who suffered brain damage in a 1962 car accident. Damage that investigators believed destroyed his inhibition and impulse control. He lived close to multiple crime scenes. A surviving victim identified his photograph. A witness near the Stein murder said he was the closest match to the man they saw. Never charged. Gary Francis Poste, a house painter, dead since 2018. Named in 2021 by a private cold case team after years of investigation. Witnesses claimed he confessed to the murders. Scars on his forehead allegedly matched survivor descriptions. And when specific letters were removed from one of the Zodiac's ciphers, his full name appeared in the remaining text. The FBI has not confirmed it. 3 men, 3 compelling cases, 0 convictions. The Zodiac walked away from all of them. The Zodiac sent 4 ciphers in total. He claimed they contained his identity. The first, the 408 cipher, was cracked in 8 days. It told the world what kind of man he was. The second, the 340 cipher, sat unbroken for 51 years. In December 2020, 3 amateur code breakers working across 3 different countries finally cracked it. The message read, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me." He had been mocking investigators from beyond the decades. The 3rd and 4th ciphers remain unsolved. One of them, just 13 characters long, is believed by many investigators to contain his real name. 13 characters, 50 years. The greatest code breakers, linguists, and cryptographers in the world. Still nothing. The last known Zodiac letter arrived at the San Francisco Chronicle in January 1974. In it, he claimed to have killed 37 people. The confirmed count was 5. Then he stopped writing. No arrest, no confession, no closure for the families. David Faraday was 17. Betty Lou Jensen was 16. Darlene Ferrin was 22. Cecilia Shepard was 22. Paul Stein was 29. None of them chose to be part of this story. The San Francisco Police Department marked the case inactive in 2004, but it has never been officially closed. Somewhere, in 13 encoded characters that no one has broken, a name is waiting. A name that a killer chose, encrypted, mailed to a newspaper, and hidden from the world for over half a century. He wanted to be remembered. He got what he wanted.